And so the window shopping excursion for the fifth wheel continues along. Can it get better? Does it get any worse? I don't know. Stay tuned. Let's find out. So, yes, we're back. Today on our hunt, our window shopping excursions, our partake on these fifth wheels has been really low and it's just been a struggle, like I say. But today we're going to start out with this one right here. This is a Riverstone. We hadn't really considered this to be on our short list, really, of possibilities, maybe if someday if this happens. But anyways, I've already been in this one. It is actually very, very nice. So we're going to take a look at it. This is a 38 foot. So that's kind of nice. 2022, which is a little disappointing because it was built after 2020. So you know how that is. But anyway, it's a Riverstone Reserve. Initially, what I'm going to say is what sets this one out really is the full body paint. My God, it is beautiful. There is not, you can feel absolutely nothing on the transition between the graphics and the clear. It is beautiful. Also, what I like is the Riverstone logo here is actually painted in also. So it is underneath the clear. It's not a sticker, so it will not peel off. Anyway, gorgeous. Starting on the outside, kind of two monstrous, I think 40 pounders. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think 40-pound tanks. That's pretty awesome. The other thing that sets off the Riverstones, and again, we hadn't really considered these initially, but these doors close really tight, so forgive me here. I'm going to have to kind of wiggle this out here. Okay. Anyways, here we go. The thickness of these doors is absolutely incredible. Very rigid. Now, one thing that did scare me a little bit, and again, quality went down after 2020, guys. That's just all there is to it. But you notice the door will not stay up. That is because it is already ripping the hinges out of the door. Easily fixable, though. I wouldn't let it deter me if we were to consider something like this. But anyway, this one is already broke off, which is part of the reason why the doors won't stay up. So that's a little scary to say the least, I guess. But anyways, huge pass-through compartment. As you can see all those solid structure underneath there. The venting or the ducting for the floor heat does come through here. So, bays are heated. That's nice. For some reason, they have the cover off. I don't know. But anyways, all PEX water lines. That's pretty awesome. That's kind of a standard now, though. So I don't really consider that necessarily. But again, these doors are just monstrously thick. And they do close solid even with that one being broke off. This one is prepped for a generator. It does not have a generator, but the transfer switch and everything is in there. We have thrown having a generator on board out if we were going to do this because if we go to the HDT truck, it will have a generator on board on the truck. So anyways, I do like the battery compartment right here. Is again, I mean, even though it's vented, but super, super solid thick. And they do not flex. They are very solid doors. I like that. Anyways, double slide out battery trays. That is pretty awesome. Most of these that we look at, the batteries are in the front up there. And, you just have to kind of grunt and get them out as best you can. But this does have slide out trays. That's pretty awesome. 2 AGM batteries for now. But anyways, you could easily put, 4 300 amp hour lithium batteries on here, 1200 amp hours of battery. That would be plenty to live life grandly. But slide out trays, that is pretty awesome. And again, these doors close solid. Again, let me try to get this one open. Right off the get-go, again, super gigantic, thick, whole house water filtration, central manifold system. That's pretty awesome. It does only have a 1,000-watt inverter. It's fine. That's easily changeable. Again, this is probably dedicated for just the residential fridge to keep it running. So that could very easily be changed out to a much larger inverter. And again, your pass-through is right here for all your wiring and everything. So it would be super easy to change it where like your microwave and all that stuff would work off of your inverter. So that's all super easy stuff. This little compartment right down here is where your pump and your reservoir is for your automatic leveling and your hydraulic landing gear. So that's pretty cool. Solid plywood floors. It's not crap. I mean, this little door is solid. I like that. Nothing special about automatic leveling. That comes on all of them nowadays, so we're not even gonna get yippy about that or anything. But these doors, solid. I like that. Like I say, the body paint on the Riverstone just sets it apart. Anyway, it's beautiful. Again, what I like about this one too is with it only being, there again, solid doors. This is a little storage compartment. They got the outside shower in there. It should be up there in the wet bay though, but anyways. Anyway, this one is only 38 feet long, right? So it looks really compact when you're walking around it compared to some of these 40, 42 footers out here. But the axle placement is really good for a balance situation here. I don't know what the pin weight is on this one necessarily, but it's completely irrelevant with the truck that we would be pulling it with anyways. But let's walk inside. It does have slide toppers. That's a must for me, guys. I don't want to live without them anymore. Just debris and crap that gets up in there. Solid steps. That's awesome. Again, slide toppers. Well, sunshine. Again, it has slide toppers and it has two big main awnings out here, so that's really nice. So we get up there. So a main awning right here, and then of course another big awning up here on top of the slide. Anyway, solid steps. That's pretty awesome. This one does have that, we kind of talked about a little bit before, like when you walk into it, right? It does have that kind of wow factor to it with the light colors, which, you know, more and more manufacturers are moving to the light colors instead of the dark colors. Thank the Lord. I love our country coach, but I don't really like the dark colors in there. But anyway, here we go. So solid surface countertops, very, very nice. The seating in here is, this is the Allure furniture. It doesn't matter, the Thomas Paine, the Ashleys, whatever, they're all about the same. But I do like this one because it is, it kind of looks like leather, but it's I don't know, it's just a different kind of material. Anyway, power recline, all that kind of stuff like that. It does have the day-night shades in it, MCD shades. That's pretty awesome. Feeling around, you know how me and wood and the way things feel. So good solid walls. It's real wood trim, very nice. The cabinetry up here, you know, it's paneling, so it does feel a little thin, but I mean that's for a reason, right? But they close solid. That's what I like. Of course, big gigantic TV. My God, they're getting so big. Fireplace. Okay, here's one thing that I really did like about this layout. This space over here is normally about 99% of the time where they put the stove, right? You'll notice over here in this one, though, that they put the stove over here. And it does have the very much upgraded Insignia actual stove oven cooktop combination. I really like that as well. It has two gigantic burners here in the front, a medium size and a small size. So that is really, really nice. I really do like that they put this over here instead of right here. Now, it doesn't really make a difference. It's still total combined counter space. But one thing that we found in a lot of these that we suffer with looking at them is cabinet countertop space is really limited. But this has a huge setup right here off to the side. And with this one being open, if you're here working, right, it's very easy. You can just go back and forth. That's really nice. Granted, your cooktop is over here, but you got cabinetry on each side of it to put extra pots and pans and hot pads and stuff like that. This over here, though, could be very utilized to where you wouldn't have to take up this space. Since it has an outlet on both sides as well, this would be a great plus for like your coffee pot and stuff. And you could use the 3M soft sticks and, you know, just leave your coffee pot here and it wouldn't hurt it because it's solid surface countertops. That's pretty awesome. It does have a real oven, but it is still convection, just kind of a standard thing nowadays, which that's pretty cool. But again, the cabinets feel really, really nice. That is good. I'll show you something else that's weird to me. The drawers, again, solid wood. They're very nice drawers. Anyway, you'll notice it has soft close drawers, right? That is awesome. Now ask me this, or riddle me this, or let me ask you, It also has tons of drawer space and counter space over here, but check this out. They're not soft close. Now why would you do that? Every drawer in here is soft close drawers. Look, check it out. Dunk. Nope, not these. I don't get it. Why would you do that? And the other thing is, this is just a little bit of a pet peeve nerve thing, right? Okay. Let's back up over here. The living room area here is pretty large, okay? Rather large. Now, based on where they have the floor vents, you notice there's a good 4 inches in there still, right? What would it have hurt to move the stinking island down just 3 inches so that you could get the refrigerator open without the slides being out? Silly. Just move it down literally 3 inches and you would be able to access the refrigerator with the slides in. So while you were traveling and such forth, if you needed to access the fridge, you're going to have to put the slide out. It's just dumb. But I'm not going to knock them on that because it is overall pretty nice. This wall right here, again, was the only one that I kind of felt was a little bit like, I mean, we could have done a little better, you know, for that solid feel. But the outside walls feel decent. The doors and everything are really, I mean, they're real wood. That's the first thing that sets me off. Now, this trailer is not leveled or anything, so it's pretty awesome because the door still closes just very easily. I like that. This disappoints me again a little bit. Just a little better engineering, but super nice shower. This is pretty nice. It doesn't have the fancy glass pedestal, pretty sinks in it, but it is solid and it's seamless. So that's pretty awesome. Solid countertops. And then they offset the faucet over there, obviously, so they could scoot the sink back a little bit in there. So that's fine. Big, gigantic medicine cabinet. Again, these are just panels, so I expect that to be a little thin. This one is mirrored, obviously. Thank God it doesn't come with that. But decent. I mean, it's nothing wrong with the amount of storage in here. Got a little linen over here. Pretty nice. I didn't think to feel... Oh, it is. It's porcelain. All right. Well, I'll give them that then. Of course, standard fantastic fans and stuff like that. I mean, that's just standard stuff nowadays. But the bedroom feels really decent size. It is just a queen. That's fine. But barn doors, again, they're wood, and the walls, they feel pretty good, decent, guys, compared to some of the other ones. And again, it is all real wood trim. It's not that papery cardboard stuff that they use. This is just bothering me for some reason. I don't know. This cabinet kind of sits crooked, so it just anyway, that's neither here nor there. Also, moving over here to the closet. The doors are pretty solid, which is kind of unusual. Most of the time, they're really, really flimsy. It does have washer and dryer prep. The closet space is a little small. Plenty to get you by, right? But anyway, got some nice shelving and stuff like that. This one is solar equipped, so the solar charge controller is mounted inside here. It's the Go Power system, so you know, again, easily changed out. If you were to convert to lithium, whatever, just go to Victron, you know, solar charge controller and stuff like that. But I mean, it's on there, it's doing its job, it's keeping the batteries topped here. So, and of course the obligatory cordless vacuum that comes in everything now, right? But I did like the fact that the doors do feel solid. Most of the time they're so flimsy and stuff like that, it drives me nuts. Little seating area. So again, what gets me is this is only a 38-foot trailer, but it has a lot of features in it that make it feel really open and big. And of course the color scheme helps with that also, right? But again, not leveled, no jacks, just the landing jacks. That's nice. It tells you that it's kind of solid, right? So, you know me, I'm also about the bounce test. And with no jacks being down, it feels really good. The floor is pretty solid and everything like that. And again, the colors, it's just a really nice trailer. So I would add the Riverstones a little bit to our short list, but I would really have to look at some more of them, you know, maybe a couple of older models that have been out there for a while, just to see how they're holding up and everything. Because like I say, this is a 2022 model, so really for all practical matters, it's brand new. It is listed for $75,900. However, this paper hasn't been updated, and it is online for, let me break out the handy dandy little notebook here because I did look. It is listed online for $72,400. So a little bit of a sale price. Still very, very expensive for, you know, a fifth wheel that's already going on over 2 years old, 3 years old now, 2025, right? But, you know, again, a lot of folks, and I'm not saying that's the case with this one. It is extremely clean. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this trailer. But, you know, a lot of folks bought these very high-end, high-dollar trailers, right? And 2 years later, you know, they're stuck with a lot of money still owed on them. And I'm not saying that's the case here, but anyway, residential. I'm figuring that's why there's probably only a 1,000-watt inverter, because most of these were not set up to have the microwave run off the inverter systems like of most Class A's and stuff like that. But again, very easily changeable to add a larger inverter, or heck, you could even add another inverter, you know, to run it. But most of the lighting in here is already 12 volt anyways, so you don't need a lot of inverter necessarily. Ceiling fans, very nice. I don't know really what else to say. I'm not like super jumping up and down overjoyed impressed with it, but it is very, very nice. The Riverstone, this is a reserve model. But again, what sets me off is the fact that at least it is real wood. So that is definitely one thing when we walk in to look at these. Anyway, I'm in Houston, PPL again. Thanks, guys. They are really good folks to deal with. And like I say, it's a very good area to come window shopping, because they basically have every brand you could ever think of here. Obviously, with the exception of your super top high-end, you know, Luxes. Although they did have a Lux here one time. Oh, man, you want to talk about a dream coach. Anyway, they did have a Lux here one time. We did come down here to look at it just to say we'd been inside one, because, you know, I didn't know my credit check would even pass to even walk in it. But obviously, we can't compare these to the Lux, the Spacecraft, the New Horizons, nothing like that, right? Because these are just mass-produced, and all of those are individually based upon the purchaser. So again, it is a super nice trailer, so I'm going to add it to the short list. And again, the body paint, I think the body paint alone is what helps set this one off to begin with, just how pretty it is. But there's about 9 more that we're going to go look at, so let's make our way on out here and see what we can see. All right, so here we are again, guys. You know we have a soft spot in our hearts for these mobile suites, and so there's 2 sitting side by side right here. This is a Tradition DRV mobile suites, and I want to say we've looked at this trailer before here. This is a little bit of an older trailer. I say older, it's a 2017 model, okay? And I'm not going to knock this trailer, because when you really look at it, it's apparent probably that the owner bought this for a specific purpose, and that was not to sit. It was to put some miles down. I'm pretty positive that this trailer probably has a lot of miles on it. Now, one thing, it's not disheartening necessarily, again, because these things sit out in the environment. I mean, they just get beat on by the sun and stuff, right? But the paint has really suffered a lot on this this mobile suites here for some reason. I want to show you something first off. Let's get in the baggage area here. Okay, so one thing is, even as thick as the doors were on the one we just showed you, they're even thicker on the mobile suites. That's what I'm saying. These things are built like bricks. Again, I think the previous owner had done a few things to this one. It has a relatively new, monstrous Magnum pure sine wave inverter installed in it. They put a little outside TV, you know, stuff like that. But what I want to get to is up here. If you'll remember, in the Riverstone, all the superstructure up here was all aluminum. This is steel. All the cross beams and everything in these mobile suites are made out of steel. So I'm fixing to show you something that doesn't scare me off, right? But I'm just curious, and again, this may have come back to the previous owner. Stress cracks. And the one thing is that stress crack is not actually in the curvature up here where this frame drops down. It's actually further back. The stress crack itself does not deter me, not near one bit. Heck, our 2004 model Country Coach has stress cracks on the rear slides. But it does concern me a little bit that this is only a 2017 trailer. And again, I don't know the history of the previous owners, what kind of hitch setup they had, what they were even pulling it with, because it does not have an air ride pin box on it. So I don't know what kind of hitch they had on their truck. But this could be very well caused from just absolutely just pulling it too fast, just not paying attention to what you're doing. Again, the type of rig maybe they were pulling it with, I don't know. But again, I'm not knocking it for the stress crack. This trailer did have apparently some kind of a hard life somehow, because this is all bent all to pieces. This is one of the few that we've looked at that how low the pin box is. That's been a concern of mine as we were kind of shopping for trailers, just comparing it to the one beside it. How high this pin box height is compared to this one. Just super low. The trailer's not really sitting up much in the front. So anyways, that's neither here nor there. It looks initially kind of rough really when we start walking around it, but it's really not. It is in dire need of a really good wash job. This trailer has been here quite a long time. For some reason, I don't know, because it's really not in that bad a shape, but it's kind of tucked back here in the back and whatever. Anyway, it has some super amazing Goodyear tires on it. So again, it's apparent to me that the previous owners, they bought this thing, they used it exactly the way it should be. They put miles down. It did not sit inside of an air-conditioned garage or something like that. It was meant to be used. So let's walk inside of it. This is a 2017 model, 41 foot, solid steps. And so again, when you walk into a Mobile Suites, all right, this is where it kind of gets you. They don't have that wow, they just don't, right? It's a more traditional cabinetry and stuff like that. But once you start walking around and looking really at the care that was put into building it, the glass work in these things is phenomenal. And again, I mean, just it's the way that they were built. All of this stuff is solid wood. There was no short curves involved in using lightweight junk materials and stuff like that when they built these. And so even with the little telltale signs on the outside, inside this thing, it is built like a brick. This stuff is super thick wood. All of these things just open solidly. And again, the glass work in the Mobile Suites is just incredible. So that's what really kind of sets these out. Is again, it's not the wow factor, it's the when you really start looking at the details that were spent to attention of building them. And again, the leaded glass work, I mean, it is so pretty. Shelves are solid as can be. This one has been modernized. It has an induction cooktop, and this thing right here is full Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, but it's convection, right? Because there's no ovens in here. The Mobile Suites were very popular with having dish drawers in them, so this one does have that. I really would rather have a one-piece, just a big giant sink, rather than, because this thing is so tiny. I don't really know what you do with it. But anyway, not a knock on the feature or anything like that. Just preference. I'd rather have one big giant stainless sink. The faucets also in the Mobile Suites is one thing you'll really notice, that they're traditional, just like residential grade faucets. There's no junk RV faucets and stuff. and the cabinetry, it's real tile work. It's all solid. I mean, this is like you would find in a site built home. Solid as can be. Of course, residential. The landing going upstairs to the bedroom is super wide. That's something that's really nice. Also, a lot of these fifth wheels have really narrow pathways, but again, solid wood doors. These walls don't flex any at all. It has the I had the name on it a minute ago, the Techna flush toilets, so it's pretty close to residential. It's all porcelain, everything is standard. It did look like they must have had a little problem with trying to keep the controls in there, because this is one of the exceptional walls that I found. It's a little flimsy, so anyway, that all can be fixed. But one-piece shower, very important. And again, just the thickness of the wood is what really gets you in the mobile suites. Solid surface countertops, doesn't come with that, thank God. Flush mounted sinks, and the detail in the tile work is so pretty, right? But real faucets, that's super nice too. What else can we say? Okay, well, let's get out here to a bigger drawer, because we can talk about that. When I showed you the Riverstone, right, I noticed that the wood in those cabinets was real. I mean, it's solid plywood, okay? But even it's a step above even going to the mobile suites with the solid drawers. So even though this is an older trailer, the drawers here are built out of thicker, more solid wood, right? And soft closed drawers. So that's one thing that just keeps bringing us back to the mobile suites. Now, this one does not have a washer and dryer in it. I'm pretty sure that it did. And again, looking at some of the stuff that's in it, it looks like it was a full-time, just the way it was set up. It did have a washer and dryer at one time, you can tell, but apparently they took it out. Got some cabinetry again in here, and solid cabinets. That's number one, important. Because again, I mean, and even this one, you saw the stress crack in it. Pulling these things down the road is like throwing a cinder block out of an airplane during a hurricane and expecting it to stay in one piece. It just didn't happen. The woodwork in the mobile suites, again, is what sets them out. King size bed, that is freaking awesome. And as we mentioned before, even this one, it's really hard on these closet doors. These are still intact because they are solid wood, but they are knocked off the tracks, and that's probably just from people just coming in here not paying any attention to what they're doing. Solid cedar lined closet. Very, very big closets in these mobile suites, because none of this space is dedicated for the washer and dryer. It has its own cabinet over there, so it makes the closets very big. Mobile suites was also really good about having the safes in them and stuff like that. And then there's a bunch of big giant drawers in here in the closet as well. And then of course this whole vanity right here is nothing but drawers. The TVs have been updated in this one. It does have all ducted ACs, and another thing is the paneling that they used in these. And I mean, they still do it in these too, right? But you'll know over here it was always that kind of veneered vinyl paneling, whatever. A lot of the paneling that they use in these will be solid wood paneling, so that's really nice too. So again, that's what keeps bringing us back to looking at the mobile suites. And like I say, this is an older trailer. It's a 2017. It does not have that gigantuan wow factor when you walk in like the Riverstone did. This one, 42 foot, 4 slides, 16,900 pounds. So this one is listed at 49. But again, the paperwork hasn't been updated, and these are all, there's a sale going on right now. I'm pretty sure, I think this one was like 47.5. So really and truly, for the overall shape of the trailer, again, the stress crack, I mean, it could be fixed. The condition of the trailer, it is a mobile suites, 47 for a 2017 model, 42 foot trailer. It's a pretty decent buy, guys. I mean, it really wouldn't take much at all to make this trailer superbly nice. I mean, just a wash job in general outside is going to change the overall appearance off the get-go. Again, the bounce test It's hard to beat a mobile suites. I know I kept calling these dishwashers, but most people call them just drawers because it's basically just a slide out drawer, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I've always had that wrong. So again, 2017 mobile suites. We just have a soft spot in our heart for these things, and we just absolutely love the DRV series mobile suites and stuff like that. Anyways, so solid steps, that's a must. And again, when you start walking around these and you're just, man, I don't know. See, that's why I just don't know the history of this right here as to why it's like that. I just have to think that it may be from the previous owner, the way they pulled it, or the type of hitch that they had. I don't know if you noticed in the bedroom, but it felt pretty open and big, but the slide is not even all the way out. It's just barely out. Now, one thing that is a little disheartening, I'm not going to say it like that, right? But this is full body paint. But when you rub these, you can feel every transition line between the graphics and the clear everywhere. Frameless windows, awesome. So maybe it's just something they changed the way they did them, but it doesn't make a difference. It's still full body paint, right? So, I mean, if you have the air ride hitch on here, if you're doing like what we're thinking about doing with the HDT, we'll have an air ride hitch on the truck. This thing would ride like a dream back here. The mobile suites came with pretty decent suspension. I'm not going to crawl underneath there on that side because I just don't want to. But I have also been window shopping fifth wheel suspensions here lately, and it's not very much money to upgrade to a really, really superior suspension system on these things. Now with changes in technology, they actually build an air ride system that replaces all your trunnions and stuff like that, and it makes it an air ride system with shocks and stuff like that. So these things ride like a cloud now. A lot of times that's just what tears them up, is just dragging them down the highway. The suspensions are so stiff for the weight, because the mobile suites are heavy trailers, right? It's just so stiff, so every time you hit a bump, it just transitions throughout the whole trailer. But with the advent of air ride pin boxes, suspension technology changes, more the CRE 3000 suspension or whatever that they put underneath there, where it replaces the trunnions, all that stuff translates into better ride quality. Now when you do crawl underneath one of these things, and you can kind of see it a little bit, is the frame. These are double beam frames, so you have your gigantic frame rail that goes all the way down the front. And then right here, it's a double drop frame beam, and that goes all the way down also. And then they're double beams up here. Makes them really solid built. So mobile suites, it is in better shape than a lot of these newer, lesser built trailers are, because it just shows you the quality that mobile suites put into them when they built. And so moving right along here, we're going to come to another one that is pretty dear in our hearts. We have a love for these things a whole lot. This is a Van Lee Volano. This is a bit of an older one. It's a 2016. It's only 38 foot long. I have looked at it before, so I'm going to show you a few things. Pretty thick, but not obviously as thick as the other ones were. But when we first looked at this trailer, we noticed that these were probably full-timers. I'm thinking maybe. They do have the pin box brace, once you're set up, but they had put in all these storage cabinets and stuff like that. When we walk inside, I'm going to show you a few different things about this one. But again, it is a little bit of an older trailer, right? But it was built by Tiffin. But here we go. These folks have a water softener. Hallelujah. These guys were proactive. They have a portable water softener. Very important, especially if you're going to stay hooked up all the time to water, because water quality sucks and it will tear everything up. The Van Lees were not full paint. You could get it as an option, but these are stickers. But this is an older trailer and they're still in really good shape. It had slide topper awnings on it, which was really awesome. Frameless windows. It had a lot of really nice things on it. Let's walk inside. Solid steps. But here we go. We're going to show you, right? You're going to notice, let me brace this door open. It's getting a little windy here in Southeast Texas. As you know, if you've been watching the weather, we have our Snowmageddon coming for Monday and Tuesday here, which the forecast has changed a lot here, even for us. They're calling anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of snow. I don't know. So these folks did have a little family pet. They had changed the screen out to solid, and it has a little doggy door. I see no signs of it though when I walked into the trailer, right? So I don't have any problem with people that own pets. We love our pets. Again, this is a 2016 model trailer. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a transition going on in the decor. Again, Van Lees were built by Tiffin. The Tiffin family owned them, and this was their high-end travel trailer market that they got into. And they took a lot of pride in them. Very, very solid built trailers. Their cabinetry, again, is solid wood. They skimped on it none whatsoever. This is probably audio video. Yep. Because it's vented for heat. But anyways, cabinetry, all the woodwork around it, this woodwork, ceiling fans, beautiful, beautiful stuff, guys. Solid surface countertops. This big, big pantry area right here. Once you open it all the way up, 3 huge slide-out drawers down there, but that's all floor-to-ceiling pantry area, right? Pretty awesome. This big drawer down here slides out. All these slide out, obviously, but, you know, pots and pans, you know, it's heavy built. It's solid wood. It's going to hold it. So these Van Lees, they're very dear in our hearts as well. Now, this is pretty good. It's a 16 model, 38 foot, $31,000, guys. This trailer right here is a pretty good buy. It's a little dated, but this is real tile work. It's not plastic vinyl stick-on crap. It does have the one-piece stove and oven in it, but since it is older model, right, you know, you can tell by the age. This could very easily be changed out to the newer Insignia one. Very, very easy. So that wouldn't deter me. Residential refrigerator. Again, the cabinetry in the Van Lees was awesome. They added some little things there probably for wine glasses or something like that. These folks, the reason I say they were probably full-timers is because all the backs of the cabinets, and I'll show you some other spots in the coach as well. That is also insulated panels. They just did decorative. Anyways, we'll get to that in just a second. Just hold that thought. But really, really nice cabinetry. And the Van Lees also used really good wood. I mean, it's real plywood, okay? It doesn't have soft close drawers. You know, it's all right. But these big drawers, especially doors, you can tell because when you open them, there's not a lot of flex in them. They close solid. So, again, being an older trailer, but still, Van Lee did the beautiful pedestal sinks in them. Very, very pretty. Again, a big medicine cabinet. And again, it's hard to do one-handed, but the size of the doors, they don't flex. They just close. Doesn't come with that, thank God. I like their doors. They're solid wood. This trailer is not leveled, and you'll notice it just closes very solidly. I like the frosted glass panels in there. That's really, really nice too. Queen size bed, fine. The accoutrements, whatever you want to call them, the woodwork, again, is very pretty. They added this for some reason. I don't know. They thought it was decorative. I mean, I'm sure that the same wallpaper's behind it, whatever. Okay, so the insulated panels. Everything that you see from there up, all in there, that is all those insulated panels. They insulated this whole front nose cap. So that tells me, it got very hot up here. I'm pretty sure this is also where the washer and dryer is. So I'm sure that's a lot of noise also coming out here, but most of it would come through the closet doors anyways. But this whole entire closet in here, I don't have a light with me, but that is all the insulated panels to reflect heat. So I'm sure it must have gotten quite hot up here in the front, probably wherever they were at, obviously. Nothing fancy with the wall treatments. I've seen a few little tiny spots here and there of wallpaper lifting, but that's pretty common actually, especially when they sit. The humidity is just, it just wreaks havoc on these things. But these are very, very well built. We do really like the Van Lees as well. And I don't know, somebody may know, when I first saw these, this has an actual dishwasher. That is not a dish drawer. It is an actual dishwasher. When I first saw these, we saw them at an RV show, and we got to talking to the guy about them and everything like that. And I thought that the Volano was the kind of the upper end, and then the Beacon was just underneath it. But now I don't know. I may have that completely wrong. But it also depends on the options that you get. But it seems that most of the Beacons that we look at are a lot more wow, a lot more fancy looking, right? There is nothing wrong with this trailer the way it looks inside, okay? But to me, I think a Beacon looks just a little bit more wow than this one does. I don't know. Maybe somebody knows what I've never looked it up. I mean, it's online, obviously. I can look at the product lineup and see it. But anyways, I thought the Volanos were the more top end, but neither here nor there. Now, Van Lee well, they didn't go out of business because Tiffin family is still around, but Van Lees are no longer built. That doesn't bother me. Again, I've said that in the other video. There's nothing in here that is proprietary to Van Lee. All of this stuff is standard stuff that you can get anywhere. The stoves, the microwaves, right? There's nothing proprietary to them. So them being out of business, don't care. I would still buy one. But anyways, Van Lees, we like them a whole lot. Let's move on. All right, guys, one more little thing about our little Volano here by Van Lee. And now this is how much I love you guys. This is extra special because I don't normally do this. But this is a bonus footage for you. Let's crawl in here, and I'm going to show you something else about the Van Lees. Not all of them, because you can buy this stuff aftermarket and add it yourself, but a lot of them came equipped with some added extra features. Oh, man, this is special for y'all. Oh, my goodness. Okay. One thing that these trailers all suffer from is the suspension is built like crap, okay? But the Van Lee had the wet bolt system installed for the shackles, right? These are all greasable. Also, this brace right here runs the entire width of the trailer and ties the shackles together from side to side. I'm sorry, the hangers. Because these are really badly known about flexing the hangers, especially obviously on the turns where the rear axles are scrubbing, okay? So they went in there and they added these cross braces. This made worlds of difference to the way that these things rode and how that they handled and how it kept from wearing things out, okay? Also, God, y'all are special. This one does, when they did all that, they went to the MORryde suspension, to the CRE 3000. It replaced the solid steel trunnions in there with some rubberized ones that, again, takes a lot of the load and shock out of, the ride. And again, it has the wet bolt kit through there, and that cross brace goes all the way from this side to the other side, tying these spring hangers together. So if you find yourself shopping for fifth wheels that are used, this also, the Van Lees did come with disc brakes on them, which is totally flipping awesome. Okay. If you find yourself shopping for used trailers, a lot of times you will definitely want to check the suspension, because a lot of the owners may have already put in an upgraded suspension kit. And again, you can see this is solid steel. It ties the spring hangers all the way to the other side together. Pretty awesome. That is definitely a thing that we will do no matter what we end up buying. If we do, again, we still don't even know it's going to happen. This is all window shopping just to share information, right? but it would definitely get the wet bolt kit. It will definitely get these cross hangers, and they do make one that goes diagonally also, so that is a big plus. So there you go, bonus footage of me crawling my fat butt underneath this trailer just to show y'all. Ow, got dirt. That's what I'm talking about. Okay guys, so I know we spent the majority of our day walking around here looking at some very select brands, and I'm going to show you why, because we've been walking in these really nice ones. So let's walk in one that we would not buy. So this is an Elkridge, all right, and let's show you why. It does have solid steps though, but first off is how freaking thin the doors are. The walls are very thin. Everything in here that you see is made, the cabinets are all just, look, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. They are all made out of that cardboardy, plastic trim crap stuff. None of this is real wood. It has pretty countertops, I'll give them that. I do kind of like the corner sink thing, I'll give them that. But after that, all of these walls move and flex and bow, not real wood. Okay, when I'm walking in here too, I can feel it. It's springy and it's bouncy and it's creaking, and I can hear all that stuff. Up here in the bedroom, same thing. All of these walls, they move. I can move everything in here. Right? So that's the gist of why we are looking at just select group of fifth wheels, guys. Okay, so anyway, that's why we're focusing on a very small group of manufacturers that there is. So, hey, let's go inside of a Keystone Alpine just for the heck of it. Forgive the noise, the Beltway is passing right above us. We're just going to try to get inside, but I've never looked at one of these, but let's just walk in there just to say we have. Okay, so, it looks nice. Let's see what we got going on here. Got a little sink right there and a bigger sink right there. This is an $80,000 2024. It's practically brand spanking new. So let's take a look and see what we can see. Got some walk-in, or not walk-in, but some cabinetry, pantry stuff here. Whoops, see? Guys, you're getting me already. You're killing me here, man. You're killing me. Very, very thin stuff. Does have a double entry, has solid steps here, so I guess that's kind of cool. This is made to look like wood, but it's actually solid plastic. It's not even like the cardboardy stuff. That's just actual plastic. I don't know. I mean, it looks like wood. You can actually get it wet and it probably wouldn't fall apart, so that may work out, I guess. Oh, wow. You'd have to be really careful with that. These are not MCD, but it does have dark day-night shades. But the walls, again, here on the slide, I'm flexing those. I guess you could do whatever you want to, desk or something. That'd be pretty awesome. Connex. Who makes Connex TV, guys? I don't know. This has the Thomas Paine furniture in it, but this is a brand spanking new trailer, so the furniture looks fantastic. It's not going to last long. Not to be negative, but just facts of reality. Does have a double bath. These aren't seamless sinks, it's just a plastic sink laid underneath it. This is plastic, it's not solid surface. It does have wow, it's a really nice, it's actually an LG. Oh, well, okay, I'll give them credit for that. This is the LG series, thin Q washer dryer. That's some new stuff that's coming out. You know, the newer residential combo units. Pretty cool. I'll give them that. This whole wall moves whenever I shut the bathroom door. Let's see what else we can see. I've never been in one of these, so I'm just going on what I'm looking. I'm looking at the ceilings, which I can't really show you a whole lot, but when I walk through, I always look at the ceilings for some reason. And this has the, it flexes. Actually, it's very hot too. I can feel the heat coming off of it. It's kind of warm today. I know we have Snowmageddon coming in 2 days, but it is hot outside today. This is the bedroom wall. It moves. I can flex it. Anyway, you know, it looks all right, guys. I mean, I wish they would have. It doesn't come with that, but that might not be a bad thing in this one. Again, it doesn't have the one-piece sinks. These are just plastic underlay. They're just siliconed around the edges, and I guarantee you, before it's over with, that's going to leak. The little plastic faucets that I was talking about earlier, decent sized closet. It does have a one-piece shower though, so that's actually pretty good. I like that. I like the one piece, the shell drop-in one-piece size. I don't like the multi-piece ones. I think it's just a problem waiting to happen. There's not much drawer space in here. That's just that little thin paneling on the bottom. And the paneling on the side for the drawers. Who makes Connex TVs? Huh, okay. So, you know, it's impossible to compare apples and oranges, right? But this is an orange compared to the apples that we've been looking at, and it's $81,000. So again, if I was going to spend $81,000, I would go buy a relatively maybe couple-year-old Van Lee Beacon or something like that is actually built quality. So again, I don't want to not show other brands here about it, but again, you can't compare. The whole wall moves, guys. The whole wall moves. But anyways, that's enough of that. Nothing to see here. Walking. There's the Volano we looked at earlier, though, the Van Lee. Very, very nice. Nothing to see here. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. All right, guys, remember, the trailer that we just looked at was over $80,000. This is the Riverstone that we looked at this morning with full body paint and everything in it that is gigantuan wow factor. And remember, it was only $72,000. And that is 10 times the trailer that other one was. Whew, guys, it is hot right now, man, in Southeast Texas here in Houston. And we got Snowmageddon coming. I think it's supposed to get here Sunday night, Monday, I don't know. Anyway, we're just going to take a pop squat here in this. Let's see what we got here. This is a $300,000 45-foot Ford Travel Phoenix. With a 600 horsepower ISX Cummins. Whew, that's pretty nice. Anyways, let's talk about the sponsor of today's videos. There are no sponsors, obviously. I do want to give a big shout out to my guys, Rock Solid Rig. Love you guys, miss y'all. And obviously, as you can see, I've been sporting my Smoking Root hat all day long, which I'm very, very proud of. You should go check out his channel as well. He's one hell of a cook. Well, I'm not sure if it's his wife or him, but one of them is one hell of a cook. Anyways, let's talk about the fifth wheel. Look at this mug going on. My God, it is hot, guys. Anyways, let's address a few situations here. A lot of you might say, you're not showing the various model numbers and all the features of all these trailers that you're looking in and blah, 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 blah. Nope, sure not, because this isn't a model-specific hunt. Our hunting is all about quality, fit, and finish. And we are just trying to show you the fact that if you decide that you want to try to go to one of these fifth wheels, you're going to have to be careful, guys. There is a lot of junk out there. And I know we keep saying that, but Man, we've walked inside some $80,000 trailers so far, and they are built out of cardboard and tissue paper, okay? And I've walked inside of some $30,000 trailers that are built like a cinder block, but they just don't have that wow factor. So don't let the wow factor overdo your judgment call on quality, fit, and finish. You can always make something that doesn't look wow really nice for some inexpensive money. Like I say, a lot of these cooktops and stuff like that aren't the really fancy Insignia or something like that, they can be changed out. I think the Insignia stove is like, I don't know, $1,100, $1,200. I mean, I kind of Google search for a little bit to find one. So, you know, to have a $30,000 trailer that is built like a cinder block versus an $80,000 trailer that looks wow because it has a really nice stove in it. Well, I'll spend the $30,000 and another $5,000 and make it look just as wow, right? So, no, I'm not going to focus on all the individual models and the model numbers and every single feature that comes in the trailers and all that kind of stuff like that, because there's 800 million YouTube videos out there about every model of trailer. And I'm just not going to make 800 million in one. So our one video, 2 videos, 3 videos, however long it takes before we finally either bail out of doing this or we commit and go ahead and make it happen, is all going to be about our hunt and what we went through of looking for, again, a trailer that we think is going to last us pulling it up and down the road. A lot of that has to do with hitches also. We've kind of touched on that. Your air ride hitches are going to give you far superior ride over your solid mounted pin boxes. There's just no way around it, and I really don't see any kind of an argument to prove otherwise. There's a scenario that goes on in fifth wheels, and it's mostly noticed in like your 3/4 ton or your 1 ton trucks, right, where the weight of your trailers is really at the weight of your trucks. And I think they call it pucking. And it's a situation where, like, when you're towing and you get going across a bridge, right, and you're ka-dunk, 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 the trailer gets to oscillating opposite of the truck, and it causes pucking or chucking or something like that. I don't know. I'm not no aficionado in this, but the trailer gets to bouncing on the hitch, right, because it's solid mounted. So the air ride hitch in there absorbs that, and the trailers will just follow the truck. And that cushioning will come out of there, and you won't feel that constant jarring on the truck. Now, with an HDT truck, that's a little bit of a different situation. These trucks are made where they're hauling 80,000 pounds sometimes on those pin weights on those commercial hitches, right? So when you take all that off there and you add a traditional fifth wheel hitch and a trailer that well, I guess if you had a full custom built spacecraft, right, that would gross out at 40, 50,000 pounds, it's a different situation. But putting one of these mass manufactured trailers behind the truck that's going to weigh like 16 to 18,000, maybe 20,000 on the really heavy end, truck doesn't even know it's even there. So that's again where it comes very important in the hitch that you have on your truck, because the truck is not going to give with the weight of these trailers. So you will literally just jar that trailer to pieces pulling it down the road, honestly, with an HDT truck, because there is no give. So hitches are very, very important in your decision also. You need to have a very good quality air ride hitch. And that's just my argument, and I'm going to stick to it, and that just is what it is. You make your own opinions. So anyways, to close out this video today was, again, thanks to PPL Motorhomes. We're in Houston today. We were in New Braunfels and the Cleburne locations last time. But thank y'all very much. Again, I love these guys. They're really, really friendly and helpful, and not to get off track here and to get over with, but we almost bought a Class A here one time, and we got to looking at it, and we did like it, and we made an offer on it, and they accepted it. And during the pre-inspection, it happened to be pouring down rain, and I came by here to look at the motorhome just to see how things were coming along. And when I opened the door, it was raining as bad inside as it was outside. That scared the hell out of me after that. I walked right inside. I went to our salesman. I said, man, that's it. Nope, I'm done. I can't buy it. And he goes, well, what's the matter? And I said, it's raining inside the motorhome. And he goes, nope, done. Tore the contract up. And he said, absolutely not. So anyway, they're really good people down here, guys. But it's a consignment dealer. Everything that we've looked at today is privately owned already, and they just consigned it through PPL. So however the previous owner took care of it is how the condition of the trailers are going to be, okay? So don't go to PPO and look at something and go, my God, they sell junk. No, they sell your junk or somebody else's junk, right? It's not their junk. So anyway, PPO, I highly recommend them. Good people. So to get on with it, no, this is not a model specific. This is a video series about hunting out junk over quality and narrowing our list down further and further to what we're going to buy. I still, any day of the week, would take a Lux, a Spacecraft, or a New Horizons over anything we've ever looked at, but I don't have the budget for that. We could possibly spring out maybe a Lux in a couple of years. And again, to reiterate, we have looked at a Lux that is in Kansas for sale right now, and it is cheaper than some of the ones that I showed you today. So that just shows you really have to shop around for your trailers. All right, so that's it. That's the next line in our series about going to a fifth wheel, and this just isn't going well, guys. So we'll see you later. $300,000 Ford Travel Phoenix. Look, it's the same residential refrigerator that you get in a $20,000 rig. It doesn't even have the glassware in it. $300,000. Just goes to show you, just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's built any better than the next one.